KX News Storm Team.
Thank you so much, Kiara. I'm going to stay right here with you until this does get dropped. We do have a new tornado warning that has been issued recently. This is going to be in effect until 10:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. This is what you're seeing, a live look at Storm Team radar right now. If you're in Hamburg, if you're in Heimdall, I apologize if I am pronouncing your town name incorrectly here. Fresh to the area, still learning some of this geography here. But you're noticing where this tornado warning lies right now. This is in effect until 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If you're just joining us right now and you are anywhere within this area shaded in underneath that tornado warning, I want you to seek immediate shelter. I want you to get down into the lowest level of your home, into your basement. I want you to get into your interior-most home area of your home, away from any exterior walls or windows right now if you are underneath this tornado warning. Now, this is in effect until 10:30 p.m., so this is about a half hour to go from now. This is on the outskirts of our viewing area, but we are seeing that this is within Wells County. This is, again, as far as I know right now, radar indicated. This is not a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. Harvey, I know you're not within this current tornado warning, but that is a decent radar signature in terms of the potential for some larger sized hail. So I don't want you to take that lightly, even if you're not within this tornado warning. Again, Heimdall, Hamburg, you are underneath that tornado warning that remains in effect until 10:30 this evening. Along highway, this looks to be 15 here. So a car is not a safe place to be by any means. You want to make sure that you are getting into a home or into an interior building, as a car is not safe. I'm understanding we're getting more info here from our behind the scenes team. Locations impacted, like I was mentioning, Hamburg, Heimdall. Ping pong sized hail is the main threat associated with this. Again, ping pong sized hail, ping pong ball sized hail, is the primary threat associated with this. This is remaining in effect until 10:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time, and I will stay right here with you as far as the weather team is concerned until this does get dropped. Should this get dropped earlier on, we'll dump right back into our regularly scheduled programming, which is KX News at 10. But as far as things are concerned right now, this is a radar indicated tornado. This is not a confirmed tornado on the ground. This remains in effect until 10:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. If you are in Heimdall, Hamburg, I know, I'm sorry if I am pronouncing your town name incorrectly. Still getting a way of the land here, getting used to the geographic locations. So if you are within these two towns specifically, I'm going to highlight them right now. This is a radar indicated tornado, and I may be stepping up and off of the screen at times here just because we are getting that fresh data from the National Weather Service. I'm hearing it's about 7 miles to the northwest of Linton. We have a new tornado warning in effect for central Emmons County. So our behind the scenes team is moving down to where this cell is right now. So if you're seeing my computer screen moving, it's because we have our behind the scenes team zooming in and out of this for you here. This is another one that I am now concerned about. This is in effect until 10:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. This is another one that is in effect for, say, the next half hour or so. If you are at or along Highway 83, if you are in Linton, if you are closer to the Ashley-Wishick area, you're not underneath this tornado warning presently, but I highly recommend you seek shelter immediately. Get into the lowest level of your home, get into your basement, get into the interior-most room of your home right now. Get away from any exterior walls or windows at this point in time. Get to your safe place. Do not be in a car, as enticing as it may seem, to be getting us video and photo evidence of what you're seeing right now. It is not at all worth your health. It is not at all worth your life. I'm going to step off the screen here, and if you weren't joining us about an hour ago, we are going to toss things over to our newest KX Storm Team member, Michael Gonzalez here, who will be joining us soon here on air, giving us the latest updates from the National Weather Service.
Thanks, Vanessa. And if we can quickly get switched over to the other radar view that I have pulled up here, we're looking at this tornado-warned storm in Emmons County, just north of Linton. This tornado warning is in effect until 10:30 p.m. It is only radar indicated at the moment, and it is a few miles north of Linton. It is moving east at 20 miles per hour, and we can see a fairly clear hook echo there on this supercell. I will stop the animation. So right around here is where we might expect to see the tornado. And on our rotation view, which indicates how fast the storm is spinning, those bright greens and bright reds are winds moving in opposite directions, and where those meet is approximately where the tornado might be located. So the National Weather Service saw this and issued a tornado warning for it. Even though there's been no tornado officially confirmed, it appears as if this storm has the capability of producing a tornado. It is moving east at 20 miles per hour, so if you are on US 83, a few miles north of Linton, now is the time to pull over and find a safe place. If you live just north of Linton, now is the time to get to an interior room away from with as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. A room without any windows, and ideally somewhere where you can cover yourself with pillows or blanket. This tornado warning includes the town of Linton. This is in southern Emmons County. It is only a radar indicated tornado, but the signature of the tornado, based on the winds, the reds being away from the radar in this direction and the greens being towards the radar in this direction, these meet here just northwest of Linton, and in this location we might expect to see a tornado. We just got a recent scan, and in fact it looks like that signature remains. That is a very strong signature. Those bright greens meaning fast winds this direction, the reds meaning fast winds in the other direction. Where these meet again is where we might expect to see a tornado. This is moving to the east, so it appears that this will stay north of Linton, but Linton, you are within the tornado warning, so please take shelter immediately. Make your tornado precautions, put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. This is again only a radar indicated threat at this moment, but we will keep an eye on National Weather Service updates. They relay information as fast as possible. But again, if you are along US 83 north of Linton, please take shelter immediately. This is not something to fool around with, although it may not have officially been confirmed. The sun is going down and is likely very hard to see. So please take this warning very seriously. It will be in effect until 10:30 p.m. I will switch back over to our typical radar, and you can still make out that hook echo there just north of Linton. Linton, again, it appears that the circulation where a tornado is most likely should pass north of town, but this does not mean that you should not be in shelter at this moment, as the National Weather Service has put you within this red polygon, which is a tornado warning in effect until 10:30 p.m. As far as I know, we do not have any updates, but I will be taking a quick look to see if the National Weather Service has updated anything. It appears that a minute ago they have updated it, and it remains a radar indicated rotation. This storm is 5 miles northwest of Linton, moving east at 20 miles per hour. The storms will be in the Linton area momentarily, but again, the circulation appears that it will remain just a bit north of Linton. However, if you are in the town, I highly recommend seeking shelter immediately, as this warning does include Linton and points east of US 83. I will switch back over to our velocity view, and as we can see, that couplet, which is what we refer to the meeting point of the bright reds and the bright greens, that remains quite strong, and in fact it appears that it is strengthened in the last couple of minutes. If there is a tornado, it is a few miles northwest of Linton. Now, that polygon just got a little bit bolder, which suggests that we are about to get an update from the National Weather Service, which might suggest that it is an observed tornado. I will keep us posted on that right now. Yes, 10:14 p.m. It is a weather spotters confirmed a tornado 5 miles northwest of Linton. So yes, this is now a confirmed tornado. All the information remains the same as far as what you should do if you are within this polygon. Please put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. To repeat, this is a confirmed tornado. It is moving to the east at about 20 miles per hour. It should remain north of the town of Linton, but anywhere within this polygon, you should seek shelter immediately to protect your life. And again, to reiterate, this is a confirmed tornado. Weather spotters saw it a couple of minutes ago, and the National Weather Service relayed it our direction. I believe we're going to be switching back over to Vanessa to continue coverage.
Perfect. If we can switch back over to my computer, thank you so much. I'm going to hone in and focus in right on this one that is in the greater Linton areas. This is my main area of concern for you right now. Presently, I know we have 2 tornado warnings, but I'm going to hone in and focus right in on this current tornado warning that has just been issued in effect for Emmons County. As Michael was just mentioning, with each scan, we're getting indication that this is strengthening. This, I heard, was a confirmed tornado, if I'm not mistaken here. Yes, this is a confirmed tornado, and that is why I'm going to focus and tighten in on this specific tornado warning. I'm going to stay right here with you until this expires. Right now, it is set to expire in 15 minutes from now. But unfortunately, I'm not actively seeing any signs of weakening right now. We're seeing what we call that deep hook shape, and that's what we don't like to see in terms of tornado warnings here. This remains in effect if you're joining us right now until 10:30 this evening. If you are in Linton, I highly, highly, highly recommend you get to your safe place, get to the lowest level of your home. Admit that if that is a basement, that is the best place to be. If you do not have a basement, get away from as many exterior walls and windows as humanly possible here. That's what you want to do. As silly as it seems, get inside your bathtub. And it seems a little silly, but grab a blanket with you just because I am seeing signs of this actively rotating. I'm seeing that this is actively not weakening at this point in time. So this is the one that I'm going to hone in on and focus in for you until this is set to expire. This is in effect for Emmons County. If you are in Linton, if you're along Highway 83 here, highly, highly, highly recommend you are seeking shelter immediately. This is 5 miles to the northwest of Linton. Thank you for the latest updates here from our behind the scenes team. If you're in Ashley, Wishick, I know you're not currently underneath this warning right now. I highly recommend you have that safe place in place, I should say, excuse me. Wishick, you're far away from it at this point in time, but because I'm seeing this actively kind of increasing and rotating, I highly recommend you just have that safe place in mind here. Should this continue and be extended, even if you're in, say, Hazleton, I apologize if I am pronouncing your town name incorrectly, still getting a lay of the land here, but we really want you to make sure you're seeking immediate shelter right now. If you're along Highway 83, this is exactly the location that the Storm Prediction Center had indicated for us earlier this afternoon in terms of sort of the bullseye for severe weather underneath that level 3 enhanced risk here. And that is exactly where we're seeing this forming right now. We're working the best we can to get the latest updates from the National Weather Service. They're even working as fast as their fingers can carry them in terms of giving us some updates here. I want to switch over to the velocity scan. This is going to be from our Bismarck point of view, our Bismarck radar, because that's what's going to give us a good point of view of what we are seeing in terms of rotation. If you are just joining us and you don't know what this essentially means, where the greens and the reds are meeting, that is some notching. That is an indication of a velocity couplet here. That is what we call a velocity couplet. And of course, I'm going to hone in and focus in on this specific tornado warning, as this has now been a confirmed tornado on the ground from the National Weather Service, from a trained weather spotter. So I cannot stress this enough, as enticing as it may be to send us your photos, send us your videos, do not go outdoors right now. It is not worth your life. This is life-threatening. This is a life-threatening situation in terms of this tornado warning in effect for Emmons County here. Specifically, I want to hone in on Linton. This is where the main core kind of is certainly riding right now. This is currently moving, but the reason why this map is moving is because our behind the scenes team is sort of zooming in and out for me to give you a better vantage point of what we're seeing in terms of the velocity scans here along Highway 83. Again, exactly where the Storm Prediction Center earlier this afternoon had indicated the bullseye and had indicated the potential for some life-threatening hail. That is also indicated within this system here as well. Again, if you're just joining us now, this tornado warning will remain in effect until 10:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. This is in effect for Linton. If you're even in Strasburg, you're not essentially within that box right now, but I highly recommend you have that safe place in mind. You're just shy of where this warning box lies right now along Highway 83. Again, do not be in your car. Do not be traveling in this. A car is not a safe place to be in terms of a tornado warning. Get inside, get to a building right now. If you are traveling right along Highway 83 here, if you have any family members in the, say, Hazleton, Linton area, Anywhere along where this box is shaded in for you, make sure you let them know, make sure they have a safe plan in place here as this is actively rotating. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. I understand we have a second tornado warning, but this is the one that I'm going to hold in for you right now because this is the one that is a confirmed tornado on the ground from a trained weather spotter here. So we're going to zoom again closer into this one along Highway 83, Linton. If you are closer to, say, Ashley, Wishick area, again, you are not underneath where this tornado warning, box lies, but I highly recommend you have that safe plan in place right now because this is what we call hooking in terms of rain-wrapped activity. This is going to continue to notch. As far as I'm concerned right now, this is not looking to be actively weakening. That kind of concerns me right now because this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. I'm going to step off screen again. We're going to toss back over to meteorologist Michael Gonzalez here, who has the latest updates for you.
Thanks, Vanessa. So we're looking again at radar on this tornado-warned storm in the Linton area. Right now it is slated to expire in 8 minutes, but the tornado very much appears to continue to be on the ground, at least based on what we can see on radar and velocity. Zooming in here, this is just a couple miles west of the community of Temvik. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. A few miles north of Linton along US 83. This velocity couplet where you have, again, winds moving one direction in the red and in the green, winds moving the other direction. This suggests that the tornado is likely just a couple of miles west of the community of Temvik. I'll animate this really quickly to give us an idea of the direction that this storm is moving. It appears that it might be almost stationary at the moment. The National Weather Service's official warning states that it is moving east at about 15 miles per hour, but based on this velocity couplet, it seems to be moving fairly slowly. Regardless, if you are anywhere in the red polygon, I will zoom out to give an idea of where exactly it is. Anywhere in this polygon, including Linton, I highly recommend taking shelter as soon as possible, putting as many walls between you and the outside as possible.
Michael, if I can interrupt you for just a second, it looks like this has been extended until 11 o'clock this evening.
Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, and I'll pull up the latest National Weather Service. Okay, this is the National Weather Service is saying that a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 7 miles northwest of Linton, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation for Temvik. Take cover now. So weather spotters have confirmed that there is a tornado and it is a damaging tornado. So if you are in the community of Temvik, I highly urge you to put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Perhaps seek shelter in a bathtub, put a blanket over you, put pillows over you. But to reiterate, this is a confirmed damaging tornado near the community of Temvik along US 83, just a few miles north of Linton. The National Weather Service has confirmed that it is, in fact, on the ground. I am zooming in here to look at this velocity couplet. Again, it is just a bit west of the community of Temvik. If you are along US 83, please do not drive north of Linton. Do not drive south of Hazleton. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. The sun is going down right now, so it would be extremely difficult to locate with your eyes. So I highly advise against getting anywhere near this by vehicle. And if you're indoors, I recommend seeking shelter within a basement ideally, but if not, it is not a time to panic. Just put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Perhaps a bathroom is a good idea, an interior closet ideally, but again, to reiterate what the National Weather Service has relayed, this is a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado 7 miles northwest of Linton, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour. This means that Linton is most likely not in the path of this tornado, but you are in the tornado warning and therefore should shelter as soon as possible. If you are in the community of Temvik, several miles north of Linton, you are very near where this tornado is located, and I highly recommend sheltering as soon as possible. The National Weather Service's preparedness actions states that to protect your life, you should move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows, and if you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Again, to reiterate, where this velocity couplet is located, where these bright reds and greens meet here just west of Temvik, this is likely where the tornado is located. And we can see that it is fortunately moving fairly slowly and moving roughly northeast, but it is in fact a confirmed tornado from the National Weather Service. So if you are in south central Emmons County, I highly recommend sheltering. Meanwhile, we appear to have a new tornado warning in effect. This is an observed tornado in in central Burleigh County, just north of Bismarck. I will really quickly move us over to that warning right now. So, okay, Vanessa will actually take the reins really quickly for a little while.
Thank you so much, Michael. If we could switch back over to what we're seeing right now. We do have that one in effect for Emmons County. I know a lot of our phones are pinging off right now because we now have a new tornado warning that has been issued for parts of Burleigh County. This just barely passes through the skirts of the greater Bisman area, right along the interstate here. This is, again, my team is working the best we can to move this back and forth for you as I'm just jumping on the air right now. That is a life-threatening situation. Take a look at that hail core. I do not like what I'm seeing right now. A lot of us just heard this alert ping on our phone right now, presently. This remains in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. 11 o'clock this evening is when this is set to expire, and both of us are going to stay right here with you until this expires. Now, again, if you're joining us right now, we do have two tornado warnings. The one closer to the Lytton area is the one that has been a confirmed tornado on the ground, not just radar indicated, a tornado warning on the ground. This is in effect until 11 o'clock in the evening, as is the other cell I was just showing you closer to the Bismarck area. We definitely don't like what we're seeing in terms of this very, very strong hail core right now. If you're closer to, say, Menoken, if you're closer to Mackenzie, you're not within this tornado warning presently. Highly recommend you're seeking shelter immediately. The language from the National Weather Service does really concern me right now. We have a tornado warning that has been issued for Burleigh County, the greater Bisman area. And if you're watching me walking off the screen right now, it's because we do have more updates here from our KX Storm Team. We do now have what is a confirmed tornado 8 miles to the north of Bismarck, moving southeast at 10 miles per hour. This is the one that I am going to hone in right on for you. High population in the greater Bismarck area, or the greater Bisman area, I should say. Along I-94, this is going to be a life-threatening situation. Again, this is a confirmed tornado, if you're just joining us now, 8 miles to the north of Bismarck, moving to the southeast at 10 miles per hour, moving to the southeast at 10 miles per hour here. I am not liking what I'm seeing in terms of this hail core, and no means to scare you right now, but if you're in either one of these tornado warnings, please seek shelter immediately. This will remain in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. 11 o'clock this evening, that is when this tornado warning is set to expire here. So again, and I am hearing that our tornado sirens are going off here in the greater Bismarck area, so just keep that in mind. And earlier this morning, we had the alarms tested, so what a perfect timing for that. But unfortunately, I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of this tornado warning. Seek shelter immediately. Get to the lowest level of your home. This is a potential life-threatening, dangerous situation we're dealing with right now. Both of these storms are not just radar indicated. These are confirmed tornadoes on the ground. Yes, confirmed tornadoes on the ground right now. I can hear the tornado sirens going off here at our Bismarck studios. No means to scare you at all, but this is a largely populated area. The sun is down at this point. It has been down. This is a life-threatening situation. A life-threatening situation. Now, what we're looking at in terms of Storm Team radar, if I could have our other meteorologist kind of jump over and move this over for me on our Storm Team radar graphic. Thank you so much. I can hear those tornado sirens going off right now, of course. So again, tornado warning remaining in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. As you're seeing, this is moving 10 miles to the southeast of Bismarck. And unfortunately, I'm not liking what I'm seeing in terms of current Storm Team radar. I'm going to stay right here with you until this gets expired. Slightly concerning me right now, slightly scaring me. I am going to admit that to you right now, unfortunately. But as long as I'm still here with you, we will stay here on the air with you as long as we can continue to stay with you. we will stay right here on the air with you. This is in effect for parts of Burleigh County. This does include the greater Bismarck area closer to Menoken. That is where we have this tornado warning in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. Yes, 11 o'clock this evening. If I could actually have someone move us over to the velocity scan real quickly, just so I can show you what we're dealing with right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that is the one in Emmons County. What I'm really concerned about right now, the one that is within the greater Bismarck area. I don't know if we're necessarily getting a good picture of this right now just because of how close we are to the Bismarck radar. But I want you to know this is a life-threatening, dangerous situation right now. And you can hear a little bit of the shakiness in my voice because admittedly, I'm a little scared as you are right now. We're all human. That's what happens here. But here's a look at Storm Team radar back towards the Linton storm. I don't really have a lot of this mapped out for you right now. I want to let you know that our studio is in the basement, so we are safe right now. As long as I can stay on air with you, I will. Sorry about the shakiness in my voice. We're human. I'm a little scared as you are right now, but this is a confirmed tornado on the ground right here closer to the greater Bismarck area, closer to, say, Menoken. I do not like what I'm seeing in terms of this hail core right now. This is moving to the southeast based on the latest guidance from the National Weather Service here. That is going to remain in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of this hail core right now. This is a potentially life-threatening situation we're dealing with right now in the greater Bismarck area. So I want you to get to the lowest level of your home, get down to the basement, keep as many exterior walls and windows away from you as possible. Again, really apologize if you're hearing a bit of the shakiness in my voice. I'm just as scared as you are in terms of this tornado warning. I'm going to bring in KX Storm Team meteorologist Michael Gonzalez here, and I'll step back over to our weather team, or our weather center, excuse me, while I get more updates.
Yes, thank you, Vanessa. So I will, if we could switch back over to the other computer, we're taking a look at velocity again, where the greens and reds are close together. That is where we might be expecting a tornado. Again, this is a confirmed tornado. My mistake. This is a confirmed tornado for Bismarck at this hour, and it appears to be just a little ways north, to the north of Bismarck. The National Weather Service confirms that it is on the ground and it is moving to the southeast at 10 miles per hour. So as we see on the velocity couplet, it is along US 83, several miles north of Bismarck. At this time, it is at least 15 or 20 minutes out of the area. It does not seem like it will track directly towards Bismarck, but if you are in the greater Bismarck area, now is a good time to take shelter, put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. I will switch back over to our regular radar view really fast, and we can see that it has a hook echo again north of Bismarck. The storm is tracking southeast, so it appears that it might miss the greater Bismarck area. But if you are along I-94 east of Bismarck, between Bismarck and Menoken, now is a time to take shelter as soon as possible. This is a National Weather Service confirmed tornado. This was observed by weather spotters. And if you are along US 83 north of Bismarck, or along I-94 east of Bismarck, or north of I-94 between Menoken and Bismarck, take shelter immediately. Realistically, anywhere within this polygon, people within this area should take shelter. This includes the northeastern side of the greater Bismarck area, just northwest of Menoken. This includes the community of Lincoln. I will switch back over into our velocity view, where we can again see that velocity couplet where the winds are going opposite directions close to each other, where those reds and greens meet very closely. This is just north of Bismarck. This is the area where if the tornado remains on the ground, it is likely in this location. We just got an updated scan. It has not moved very much, which indicates that it is not a very fast-moving storm. But regardless, anywhere within this tornado warning, which is in fact for a confirmed tornado, should take shelter as soon as possible. This includes the northern side of Bismarck and the eastern side of Bismarck. Please get to shelter as soon as possible. A basement, the lowest floor of your building, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. there is a confirmed tornado. I will quickly check to see if there are any updates from the National Weather Service. It appears that we did get one a couple of minutes ago at 10:33 p.m. And it is, in fact, a weather spotter confirmed tornado there where you see that circulation. This is on the ground north of Bismarck, moving southeast at 10 miles per hour. This storm is also associated with tennis ball-sized hail, especially northeast of where the Hook Echo is located. So if you are north of Menoken, expect very large hail. If you are north of Bismarck, northwest of Menoken, along the I-94 corridor, there is a confirmed tornado. It is on the ground north of Bismarck. This is a good time to take shelter, especially if you are on the north side of Bismarck, east side of Bismarck, or locations to the northeast of the city. It does not appear at this time as if the circulation is going to track directly towards the city, but you are within the polygon that the National Weather Service issued, and therefore it is better to be safe than sorry. Get to the lowest floor of your building, put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. A bathtub is not a bad location. Maybe put some pillows on top of you. But continue to heed this warning until the tornado sirens turn off if you are in Bismarck. And certainly, please do not be driving on Interstate 94 east of Bismarck over towards Menoken. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. This warning remains in effect until 11 p.m. and we will stick with you here at KX News as long as this tornado warning remains in effect. There is, I believe, still a warning in effect off to the south. Over towards Linton. I am not sure if this is a confirmed tornado still. I am pulling up the information. It is, in fact, still a confirmed tornado. This is in Emmons County at 10:22. So it's been about 15 minutes, but there remains a confirmed tornado north of Linton near the community of Temvik. We are focusing on two confirmed tornado warnings at this moment in our viewing area. One in Emmons County, north of Linton, near the community of Temvik. There remains a confirmed tornado. And there also is a confirmed tornado north of Bismarck, moving southeast at 10 miles per hour. We're going to continue to cover this with you and stay with you. This is not a time to panic. This is a time to take precautions and get to the lowest floor of your building. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, especially if you are east of Bismarck, west of Menoken, along the I-94 corridor. Now is not a good time to be going for a drive, certainly. And I believe pretty soon we are going to be switching back over to Vanessa to continue coverage right here on this confirmed tornado north of Bismarck.
Thank you so much, Michael. To our fantabulous prod team in the back there, if we could switch over, thank you so much. I'm going to focus right in on this tornado warning for you right now. In effect for Burleigh County until 11 o'clock this evening, Central Daylight Time. This is now a confirmed tornado on the ground right now, a confirmed tornado. We were hearing the sirens here in Bismarck in the capital city outside our studios here. I'm no longer really hearing them at this point in time, but I can tell you this is still a potentially life-threatening situation right now, especially since the sun has come down now. You cannot likely see this. And please, 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 as enticing as it may be, do not go outside and try to capture this tornado. Do not go outside and try to get us video or photos of this. It is life-threatening. It is dangerous. It is not at all worth your health. As much as we would like to see some of your storm photos, this is not the time to do so. If you are in the greater Bismarck area, closer to now Lincoln, I can notice that you're not dealing with any of this strong, what we call rain-wrapped cell right now. We've got that strong hail core up in the center right now too for parts of Burleigh County. Now if you're in Menoken, I want you to seek shelter immediately as well. This is not the time to be driving on the interstate and not the time to be driving really anywhere right now. If you can pull off to the side of the road, get to a building where you will be the most safe, please do so. If you have to exit the interstate, you should be exiting the interstate right now to the nearest exit and find the safe place, find that building for your safetyness. In Menoken, if you're closer to, say, Mackenzie or on the outskirts of this, we were originally hearing the tornado sirens here in the capital city at our Bismarck studios. We are no longer hearing them, but as far as I know right now, this is still a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is still a confirmed tornado on the ground. As Michael was mentioning, it looks like, generally speaking, it's going to pass just by the greater Bismarck area. So it's not going to be a threat in terms of on the ground, but I still want you to be in your safe space right now. If you are in Bismarck, If you are in Lincoln, I want you to be in your safe space right now. If you are in Menoken, if you're in McKenzie, be in your safe place right now. If you're still watching us on air, we will stay right on air with you until this drops, until this expires here. We are safe here on air. I want to assure you that. Our station is right in the basement, so this is the safest place we can be. There are no exterior windows or walls from us right now, so this is the safest place we can be. But again, and speaking of your safe place, if you are in Menoken, if you're in McKenzie, if you are in anywhere inside this box, seek immediate shelter. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. This, of course, not the only tornado warning I am watching for you right now, but because this does affect a large population, I'm going to tell you about it right now. This is the second one that we were noticing in Emmons County, closer to Linton. This is also a confirmed tornado on the ground in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. This is what I'm liking, what I'm seeing right now, because I'm seeing a little bit of an active weakening signature going on, but I don't want you to kind of take that lightly. I want you to stay in your safe space right now. I'm getting more updates from our behind the scenes team here. So the Emmons County tornado, this is perfect. The warning is now radar indicated. It is no longer currently on the ground right now. It is only radar indicated. Radar indicated. But even though it is not on the ground, we just saw that it already dropped on the ground. So it could even lift and drop again. So I don't want you to take this lightly. I want you to get into your safe space if you're in Linton, if you're along Highway 83, if you're along Highway 13. I apologize if I'm naming these towns improperly, if I'm naming these routes improperly as well. I believe that's Temvik that we're still underneath that tornado warning as well. It's in effect for Emmons County until 11 o'clock this evening. Now the other one that I'm watching for you, the one in Burleigh County that is part of the greater Bismarck area, affects a larger population. I don't like what I'm seeing right here, right now. We're noting that hooking shape that we're seeing within the cell. This is what we call a hail core. So of course, nothing to be very, very, very concerned about, but I know that this one is the confirmed tornado on the ground as far as the latest updates are concerned from the National Weather Service. And now that the sun has come down and it is officially dark, there is no way of knowing exactly if you're seeing this right now. So please, 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 if you don't think you're seeing this tornado and you want to get outside and get us this photo, please do not. It is not worth your health. It is life-threatening here, a life-threatening situation. So the Burleigh County tornado, perfect. This is good information. That warning is now radar indicated as well. The tornado north of Bismarck was disbanded, excuse me. But again, we still don't want to take this lightly. I'm going to stay right here with you until this drops. This is set to drop in, say, another 15 minutes or so. This is now radar indicated. Both are now radar indicated. I can tell you we were hearing those tornado sirens in our Bismarck area during our broadcast right here, right now. That's how close this tornado warning is to us right now. This is now radar indicated. Latest update, this is no longer on the ground. This still remains a threat though. If you're closer to Menoken, if you're closer to McKenzie, if you're closer to Sterling, you're not officially underneath that tornado warning. Highly recommend you have that safe place in mind here. I don't like what I'm seeing specifically in terms of this specific tornado warning. I'm seeing more of this notching going on. That's what we're looking at, more of that hooking shape. I know that we're no longer hearing the tornado sirens here in Bismarck, but I still don't want you to take that lightly. It does not mean that we're no longer underneath that tornado warning. It means that we still have a radar indicated tornado right now, and that is a bit of a hail core signature that we're looking at right now, that well-defined pink and purple shade right now. If you're to, say, Menoken, if you're closer to McKenzie, if you're closer to Sterling, anywhere along Highway 83, anywhere along I-94. I-94 is not the place you want to be right now. A car is not a safe place. This is for Burleigh County, remaining in effect now until 11 o'clock this evening. That is 15 minutes from now. Unfortunately, I'm not liking what I'm seeing in terms of what this is looking like right now. I'm seeing more of that hooking and notching shape taking effect here right now. Like I mentioned earlier this afternoon, the tornado threat was low, but it was not a 0% chance. So this just goes to show you what we're dealing with right now. It looks like we do have another box that has been extended. If I know the latest from the behind the scenes team here, if I could gain that, excuse me. We are looking at this being extended here. Again, McKenzie, Sterling, like I had mentioned, you want to get to your safe place, and it looks like now you are underneath that tornado warning. If you're closer to Sterling, Driscoll even, Driscoll, this is on the fringes of Driscoll here overall. If you're closer to, say, Steele, Steele, you're not underneath this tornado warning either, but take a look at that hail core. Take a look at that rain-wrapped activity we're dealing with right now. Okay, this is now in effect until 11:15 this evening, Central Daylight Time. 11:15 this evening, Central Daylight Time. I'm going to stay right here with you until this is set to drop, as well as the entire rest of the KX Storm team that is working behind the scenes for you right now. This remains in effect until 11 p.m. or 11:15, excuse me. We're going to be moving this box in and out for you as more and more information becomes available. Thank you to the behind the scenes team for working on this for me right now. I'm going to step off the screen again for more updates. We do have a tornado confirmed near Menoken, 9 miles east of Bismarck, moving to the southeast at 20 miles per hour. Thank you. This is good information to have right now. Perfect. This is the information that I love to see. I don't love to see in terms of the excessive damage, but I like to see in terms of giving you the latest up-to-the-minute information here, I should say. This remains in effect until 11:15 Central Daylight Time here, 11:15 in the evening. It is now way past sunset, so you cannot see if there is a tornado on the ground right now. You do not want to be outdoors at all. If you are in, say, the Lincoln, Menoken area, if you're closer to Mackenzie, Sterling, seek shelter immediately. Not a safe place to be. You're looking at that decent hail core in the center here. That's what we're seeing in terms of the wrapped around pieces of kind of rain here. That is called a hail core. I'm going to flip things over to KX Storm Team meteorologist Michael Gonzalez here. Latest updates for you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. So we continue to watch this tornado-warned storm with a confirmed tornado right near Menoken at this moment. If you are in Menoken, please take shelter. If you are southeast of Menoken or east of Menoken along I-94 over towards Sterling, you are now in the tornado warning. I highly recommend getting to the lowest floor of your building, perhaps a basement if possible. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Get into a room with no windows, somewhere where you are sheltered. Blankets and pillows above your head would be recommended. Get into a bathtub if possible. As we can see, this hook echo has sort of re-strengthened right in the Menoken area. I will point this out here with the arrow. If the tornado that has been confirmed is just in the Menoken area, it is moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. What this means as well is that the greater Bismarck area is no longer in the risk area for a tornado in the immediate future. But this storm is in fact producing a tornado. It is east of Bismarck, moving southeast. So Menoken area, please get to shelter as soon as possible. This tornado, if it has not reached you in Menoken officially, it will be there within the next few minutes. If you are in the Mackenzie area, the Sterling area, now is the time to move to shelter. I highly recommend get to the lowest floor in the most interior room of your building. I'll move over to the velocity scan to give us another idea of perhaps where this tornado might be exactly located here at this moment. Where those reds and greens are close together is where that tornado is potentially expected. And this would place it right along the Interstate 94 corridor near the Menoken area. It is moving southeast, so Menoken, please get to shelter as soon as possible. We're not sure how strong this tornado is, but it is a confirmed tornado, so protect your life and get inside the most interior room. A closet or a bathroom is highly recommended. Somewhere that does not have windows, a basement would be ideal. Please, if you are driving along Interstate 94 east of Menoken or west of Menoken, please cease your travel, pull over, get somewhere safe. And as far as I understand, this remains an observed tornado. I will read some of what the National Weather Service's bulletin has listed. This is in effect for the Menoken area in central Burleigh County until 11:15 p.m. It is moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Weather spotters confirm this tornado, and it is in fact right over Menoken at this moment. But if you are in the Moffett area, Mackenzie area, the Sterling area, this tornado warning concerns you as well, and I highly recommend that you move to shelter as soon as possible. Switching back over to our typical radar view, that hook echo is especially apparent right now. now, right over the Menoken area along Interstate 94, just about 10 miles east of Bismarck. Bismarck, this hazard no longer concerns you. It is east of the area. There is no need to worry in Bismarck at the moment. But if you are in Menoken or Sterling, please move to shelter as soon as possible. This tornado-warned supercell is moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. I will animate this again to give you an idea of the direction it is moving over the last 30 minutes. The old circulation has since dissipated that was north of Bismarck, but in its place we have this new circulation, and it has a confirmed tornado with it near Menoken, and it continues to move to the southeast. We will continue to relay updates from the National Weather Service as soon as they become available. In case you missed it, the tornado warning in Emmons County, north of Linton, is no longer a confirmed tornado. It is now just radar indicated. It is not on the ground any longer. But for this storm near Menoken, east of Bismarck, it remains a confirmed tornado. If you are in the Menoken or Sterling areas, please take shelter as soon as you possibly can. This is a very dangerous storm. If you are north of I-94, there is significant hail occurring, perhaps up to 2 inches in diameter. So take this very seriously. If you're traveling along Interstate 94 east of Bismarck, please exit as soon as possible. Find somewhere safe, a sturdy building. If you are located southeast of Menoken, south of Sterling along US 83, generally anywhere in the southeastern part of this polygon, now is the time to take shelter. As soon as you can. This confirmed tornado continues to move in that direction. It has moved through the Menoken area. I will switch back over to our velocity view, and it appears that the circulation remains, again, where these greens and reds meet, right in the Menoken area. It does appear to be slightly weaker, at least based on our view, but it remains a confirmed tornado, so regardless of what we show here, the National Weather Service has relayed that it was confirmed and observed by weather spotters and is moving southeast at 20 miles per hour, southeast of Menoken, south of Mackenzie, south of Sterling. However, if you are in either Sterling, Mackenzie, Menoken, west of Driscoll along I-94, anywhere within this polygon, please take shelter as soon as possible, as the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for your location. This remains in effect until 11:15 p.m., and we will continue to stick with you for as long as the tornado warning remains in effect, and we continue to receive reports that tornadoes are being observed. I will switch back over to our typical radar view. That hook echo remains readily apparent as it ever has been. We can see here, again, where these brighter oranges sort of wrap around, almost like a stinger of a scorpion. It is right in that area where we might expect to see a tornado. I will zoom in a little bit closer to where this is. It appears that it is just about over the Menoken area. Whether it is still on the ground is unclear, but as of about 10 minutes ago, we had received word from the National Weather Service that there was a confirmed tornado by weather spotters in the Menoken area. So again, along I-94 east of Menoken, now is not a good time to be driving. If you are in Mackenzie, Menoken, locations to the south of that, as soon as you possibly can, make your tornado precautions, get indoors, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, somewhere away from windows. We cannot guarantee that this is a very strong tornado that will flatten everything in its path, but it is better to be safe than sorry. Put as many walls between you and the outside, be away from windows to be away from any flying glass, should there be any flying glass. To reiterate, there is a confirmed tornado as far as we understand in the Menoken area. This is moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. I will switch us back over to the velocity view to get a look at that couplet. Nothing appears to have changed. Those reds and greens remain in close proximity just in the Menoken area. It seems like it is just a bit south and east of Menoken at this point and is still on a southeastward trajectory. I will animate this really fast to give you an idea of where this is moving. I'll follow it with my cursor. It seems that it has been tracking fairly consistently southeast. It is past Menoken and appears poised to track south of Mackenzie and south of Sterling. However, if you are in Sterling, anywhere along the I-94 corridor out towards the Driscoll area, now is the time to take shelter. A tornado was observed about 15 minutes ago. I'm going to quickly check to see if we have any updates from the National Weather Service. It appears that, yes, a few minutes ago, we got an update from the National Weather Service. A confirmed tornado remains located over Menoken, 10 miles east of Bismarck, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. This was relayed to us at 10:50 p.m. about 4 minutes ago. It was reported crossing Interstate 94 near Menoken, and power flashes were reported, which suggests that this is a fairly sizable tornado. So again, if you are in the Menoken area, now is the time to shelter. If you are south of Mackenzie or south of Sterling along US 83, there is a confirmed tornado as of several minutes ago relayed to us by the National Weather Service. Now is the time to take shelter as soon as you possibly can, and we will continue to stick with you for as long as this tornado warning remains in effect. We are going to hand things back over to Vanessa to continue our coverage.
Thank you so much, Michael. Perfect information there for everyone. We're going to flop right back over to my screen. Thank you so much to our Magen Productions team working behind the scenes right now. Again, as Michael was reiterating, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground, so this is the one that I'm going to hone in and focus in on for you right now. And if you notice my map moving, it's because our behind the scenes team is zooming this in and out for me so we can get a better localized view of what we're dealing with. Menoken, Mackenzie, you are now underneath this tornado warning that remains in effect until 11 o'clock this evening. Again, 11 o'clock this evening. That is about 5-ish minutes from now. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets extended now that we know we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Greater Bismarck area, you are out of the woods in terms of this tornado warning. However, I want you to stay weather aware just because of where the storm is right now. Menoken, Mackenzie, Sterling, Driscoll, you are underneath this tornado warning right now. That'll remain in effect till it looks like 11:15. If I'm seeing correctly right now on my screen, we're getting real-time updates. So this has been extended till 11:15 this evening from the National Weather Service. This has been confirmed as a tornado on the ground. It is dark. We are well past sunset here. As enticing as it may be to be sending me a photo of what you're seeing or sending me a video of what you're seeing in terms of the tornado on the ground, please do not. This is life-threatening. This is not worth your life. I want you to get down to the lowest level of your home, get down to the basement right now at this point in time. Keep as many exterior windows and walls away from you as humanly possible. Good idea, like Michael was mentioning, to grab even some pillows and blankets, as silly as it may seem. Get into your bathtub. That is a safe place to be. Get into your bathroom. Not many bathrooms have any exterior walls or windows attached to them. That is a safe place to be as well. I do not want you driving along the interstate. I repeat, I do not want you driving along the interstate right now. If you're in Menoken, if you're in Mackenzie, if you're in Sterling, if you're also in Driscoll, this remains in effect until 11:15 this evening, Central Daylight Time, 11:15. This is 15 minutes from now. I will stay right here on air with you, as will Michael, until this does get dropped, as this is a life-threatening situation. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. I'm going to stay right here with you until it gets dropped here. I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of this strong hail core, not to scare you at all. This is something you don't want to take lightly. This is a life-threatening situation because we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground for Menoken and Mackenzie and Sterling and Driscoll. You are underneath this current tornado warning right now. Our team is moving this in and out for me just to get us a better vantage point and a better view. While I would like to show you the velocity scan, we are very close to the Bismarck area, which is exactly where that scan is being taken. So it may not get us the best idea, relatively speaking, of what we're looking at right now, but we've got some decent hail cores, what we call hail tracks associated with this as well. That is what you're seeing in terms of that deeper and darker shade of purple and pink on the map. This remains in effect until 11:15 this evening, Central Daylight Time. We have 2 tornado warnings, so that's why you're seeing us flop between the 2 here for some parts of Burleigh County and then other parts of Burleigh County. We have one that is in effect until 11:15 this evening, another that is in effect until 11 o'clock. So that 11 o'clock one I do expect to be dropped in 2 minutes from now. If you're in the greater Bismarck outskirts of this first box, I expect this to be dropped in, say, the next 2 minutes or so. This is the one that I really, really, really want to focus on for you right now. Menoken, Mackenzie, Sterling, Driscoll, not essentially right within this tornado warning box right now, but I want you to seek shelter. I want you to get in your safe space. This has been a confirmed tornado on the ground crossing over, yes, I-94, highly populated interstate, and that is not where I want you to be right now. If you have any family members who are traveling right now, plans to travel on the interstate, please do not let them. This is a life-threatening situation we're dealing with right now. We're closer to the greater McKenzie area. That is that strong hail core that we're looking at right now. This remains in effect until 11:15 this evening. If you're just joining us right now, that is 15 minutes from now. Even if you're in, say, Menoken, you're out of the worst of it, but I want you to still stay in your safe space right now. If you can still watch us via the KX Storm Team app or via the KX Live app, that's what I want you to do. Be in your basement right now and just continue to hear my voice. We're going to stay right here with you until this gets dropped. This is in effect until 11:15 this evening, Central Daylight Time, 11:15 this evening. That is 15 minutes from now. Greater McKenzie area, that's where we're seeing that decent, what we call hail core, larger sized hail expected within this right now. This is in effect until 11:15 Central Daylight Time. 11:15 Central Daylight Time. I'm going to flop things back over to KX Storm Team meteorologist Michael Gonzalez with the latest updates. We're going to keep going in and out for you, tag team in this for you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. So we'll switch back over to the other radar view that I have pulled up here. I do want to pass along a new update on our storm just down in the Linton area, down in Emmons County. We have an update. It is now extended until, the tornado warning is now extended until 11:30 p.m. down in this area. According to the National Weather Service, there is a radar indicated threat. There is no confirmed tornado at this moment, but it is very near the Linton area. As we can see here. So in the Linton area right now, there's a tornado warning in effect until 11:30 p.m. No confirmed tornado, but if you are in Linton, please take shelter now. Strasburg, the same thing. Anywhere along US 83 here in eastern and southeastern Emmons County, the National Weather Service has extended this tornado warning until 11:30 p.m. Now I will move us back up to our storm in Burleigh County, east of Bismarck. This tornado remains an observed tornado, and the current warning will be in effect until 11:15. Again, weather spotters observe this tornado crossing I-94 near Menoken up here. It continues to track southeast of Menoken. At this time, it appears that it is on track to miss the Sterling area. But if you are in Sterling, you are still within the tornado warned polygon that the National Weather Service has issued, and I highly encourage that you take shelter now. If you are in east central Burleigh County within this polygon along US 83 just south of Interstate 94, please make your tornado precautions. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is a very, very important information to keep in mind if you are in the path of this damaging storm. So to repeat, a tornado was confirmed by weather spotters. It was observed passing the Interstate 94 corridor over in the Menoken area, and the likely tornado continues to push off to the southeast. It is well southeast of Bismarck at this moment, and there is no immediate threat for the greater Bismarck area. But southwest of Sterling, southeast of Menoken, a tornado remains potentially on the ground. The most recent update from the National Weather Service is that it is a confirmed tornado. That was 10 minutes ago. I will move back over to our velocity view, which indicates where we have rotational couplets. It is a little unclear to see here since, as Vanessa had mentioned, we are fairly close to the radar site. But where these greens and reds are meeting is where there is the probability that a tornado exists. Again, 10 minutes ago, there was an observed tornado up near the interstate, and it is likely in this area now southwest to south of McKenzie by a couple of miles. It continues to move off to the southeast at 20 miles per hour. If you are south of McKenzie, if you are south of Sterling, please treat this extremely seriously and move to shelter as soon as you possibly can. In Sterling and McKenzie, this is a dangerous storm regardless. It is likely producing large hail up to 2 inches in diameter. Take shelter regardless. If you're in Bismarck, do not drive east on Interstate 94 for at least the next hour or so, as these are dangerous storms that you should not be driving into. But the most important information, again, about 10 minutes ago, we had confirmation that there was a tornado on the ground near Menoken, near Interstate 94. It is moving to the southeast and is likely in rural areas off several miles east of Lincoln, east of Bismarck, and it is moving southeast. It will likely be near US 83, here in the next few minutes. If you or anyone you know lives in this general vicinity that I am circling, please call them and get in touch with them and encourage them to take shelter as soon as possible. But if you are anywhere realistically within this red polygon that the National National Weather Service has issued this tornado warning. Take shelter as soon as you can. I will switch back over to our velocity view. No new updates here. It still appears as if the likely circulation where a tornado would be located remains south of McKenzie. This should not threaten the Sterling area, but you should still be in shelter regardless. Large hail is very likely with this supercell off to the northeast of where a tornadic circulation would be located. We are going to see if we have any updates from the National Weather Service. There's something that came about 2 minutes ago. It appears that the storm, the tornado is no longer confirmed. It is now a radar indicated threat. It is still near Menoken, 14 miles east of Bismarck, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. That is extremely good news. We do not now have confirmation that a tornado is on the ground, but still take this seriously and get to shelter. The only change is that there has not been visual sighting of a tornado, at least within the last 10 minutes or so. But a tornado threat remains very real, especially if you are southeast of Menoken, south of Sterling, along US 83 in this general area that I am circling with the arrow at the moment. The storm continues to push off to the southeast at about 20 miles per hour, and a tornado could develop again at any time within the next 15 minutes or so. This tornado warning will be in effect for another 10 minutes or so until 11:15 p.m. I will quickly slide us down to the storm over near Linton. This tornado warning, remains in effect for east central Emmons County near Linton until 11:30 p.m. Once again, there is no confirmed tornado on this storm as of right now. There was about an hour ago. It has since lifted, and now this storm has the possibility of producing a tornado. This is in the Linton area along the US 83 corridor. If you are in Linton or Strasburg, please get to shelter as soon as possible. Anywhere along this corridor stands the chance to see a spin up, and there is very large hail occurring east of US 83. So again, east central Emmons County, this area is in a tornado warning. It is a radar indicated threat at this moment, as is the storm up east of Bismarck in the Menoken area. Both are radar indicated threats, but both are still tornado warned, and we will stick.
Interrupt you right now to let people know that we do have another tornado warning in effect until 11:30 p.m. for parts of Kidder County. So that'll indicate parts of Manning, Steele, Dawson, Tappan as well. This is, I believe we're going to get more updates from the National Weather Service, but as I know right now, it remains radar indicated. I'll walk up back over on screen for you right now, and we'll have our behind the scenes team working for you to kind of move this in and out for me, such as the storm continues to move here. So again, thank you so much to our behind the scenes team. This is another one I'm watching for you closer to the greater Manning, Steele, Dawson, and Tappan area. This will be in effect until 11:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. So that is almost a half hour from now. That is in effect until 11:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. This is not the one that I'm really concerned about right now. As Michael was just indicating, it's the one closer to the west of the say generalized area here, where we're really seeing that decent hooking shape taking shape right now for parts of Burleigh County. And as he was mentioning, if you are located in the greater Bismarck area, this threat no longer affects you. But if you are to, say, the southeast of McKenzie, if you have plans to travel on the interstate right now, don't. If you have any family members who are traveling on the interstate right now, give them a call right now and tell them to seek immediate shelter, as this is a life-threatening situation. As we just reiterated to you, this is no longer a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is now a radar-indicated tornado. And the reason why we're seeing these being issued is because of this notching and hooking that we're seeing within this one cell right now for parts of Burleigh County. It's an expanded box here along Highway 83 here. Then this is the other one we're watching for you that remains in effect also until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for parts of Emmons County, just to the east of Linton, to the east of Strasburg. I know you're not currently seeing any of that danger potential in terms of the rain, but you're still underneath this tornado warning that remains in effect until 11:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time, and I'm going to stay right here with you until this is set to drop. We have an outstanding production team, an outstanding digital team, an outstanding KX Storm team working the best we can to bring you this coverage with the up-to-minute data. These are the two I'm most concerned about right now. Specifically, the one over the Sterling area is the one that I'm concerned about right now. We noticed that this box has been extended. You're noticing parts of Manning also underneath that tornado warning. McKenzie dealing with what we call a decent hail core right now, that deeper and darker shade of purple on the map. closer to the greater Sterling area, right along I-94, Highway 83. If you remember earlier this afternoon, I was telling you that this will be the greatest threat of seeing some more spin-ups, seeing the threat for larger sized hail, and it is exactly there right now. This is exactly what the Storm Prediction Center was highlighting and indicating for us earlier this afternoon. And I did say we did have the potential of seeing some spin-ups, and that is exactly what we're seeing right now. As of right now, the good news is neither of these are confirmed tornadoes on the ground. Again, neither of these are confirmed tornadoes on the ground. We are now at just shy of 11:10 in the evening. This remains in effect for the next 5 minutes or so. Up to the north and east of McKenzie is where I'm seeing that decent hail core attached to it. If you're in Sterling, you want to seek immediate shelter. McKenzie, I hope you're already in your safe space right now as this is actively moving to the south and east of you. I was hoping it wouldn't be extended, but it has really been indicated that we're seeing more of this notching and hooking going on as I'm twisting my hand for you just to indicate kind of what we're seeing right now on active storm team radar right now. Closer to McKenzie, Menoken, you're just about out of the woods in terms of the real tornado threat here, but I still want you to stay in your safe space right now as you're on the fringes of the front edge of this, or the back edge of this, I should say, excuse me. McKenzie, again, Sterling, get to your safe space. I know we only have a little bit of towns here that we're seeing and highlighting on the map for you, but there very likely could be some farming communities down to the south of this. There could be some farming communities off to the east of this. If you're also in Driscoll, this warning does not affect you, but I do want you to get into your safe space right now as well. And I do apologize if I'm pronouncing any of your town names wrong. Getting pretty fresh to the area, getting a lay of the land here. What a way to get a lay of the land here. Unfortunately, not the way I wanted to get the lay of the land, but this is the way we're doing so. We have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Kidder County. This indicates Manning. Manning, you are within this tornado warning right now. If you're in Manning, I want you in your safe space right now. If you're along highway, looks like 3 there, that's where we're also seeing more of that indication of that tornado warning. This is in effect until 11:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time for Manning along Highway 3 there. That is one of the tornado warnings we're watching for you, but this is the one that I've really wanted to hone in on for you, my one main area of concern. If we get closer to, say, McKenzie, Sterling, that is what we call a very, very decent hail core. One of the reasons why the National Weather Service has issued that tornado warning. It is radar indicated. It is not on the ground right now. It is, I repeat, radar indicated. I want you to get to your safe space, get down to the basement, put as many interior walls with you as possible. Stay away from any exterior windows or walls. Take those away from you. Get into the interior-most level of your home right now at this point in time. I believe I'm going to toss things over to the KX Storm team meteorologist Michael Gonzalez here as the latest update for us.
Thank you, Vanessa. We have a very important update to pass along. About 1 minute ago, the National Weather Service relayed the information that there was a confirmed tornado located 9 miles south of Steele, and this is in the Manning area, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. So weather spotters confirmed this here just a few minutes ago. I will zoom in on the relevant tornado warning here. So if you are in the Manning area, now is the time to get to shelter. The lowest floor of your building, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. A bathtub is not a bad idea. Put pillows over your head or perhaps a blanket. We'll move over into the velocity scans to get an idea of where the circulation is. I will loop this really quick. You can see we are seeing some messy data there, but broadly it appears that the location of the circulation is just west of Manning, and the National Weather Service relayed the information that spotters confirmed that there is a tornado on the ground in this area just west of Manning, about 9 miles south of Steele. It is moving southeast at about 20 miles per hour. And the storm also includes 2-inch hail. The most important information, though, is that if you are south of Steele, south of Dawson along the State Highway 3 corridor, if you're in the Manning area, take shelter now. A tornado was observed by weather spotters a few minutes ago, and this storm is still capable of producing a tornado. We'll move it back to the typical radar view. There is that hook shape just in the Manning area. This new polygon that just popped up suggests that we have a new tornado warning. So in the Burleigh County south of Sterling, the Burleigh County Sheriff's Office has stated that there is a no travel advisory in southeast Burleigh County due to the extreme storm activity. To repeat, the Burleigh County Sheriff's Office is saying that you should not travel in southeast Burleigh County due to the extreme storm activity. Now, the new polygon that is popping up here on the map suggests that we have an update from the National Weather Service. I will quickly walk away from this computer really quickly to get the latest information and read it off to you as I see it. So this is a tornado warning. A confirmed tornado was located 6 miles southeast of Menoken, 16 miles east of Bismarck, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Once again, weather spotters confirmed this tornado just a few minutes ago, and this is going to move through southeastern Burleigh County and north central Emmons County. So if you're in this area, that I will pull up an arrow and draw right now, just south of Sterling, there is a confirmed tornado once again moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. The US 83 corridor south of Sterling in southeast Burleigh County and down into northern Emmons County, north of Hazleton. This is not a great area to be driving. This latest scan shows a very evident hook echo there just to the southwest of Sterling. If you are in this area, please take shelter immediately. This is not to discredit the fact that there is also a confirmed tornado over in the Manning area. Both of these supercells have confirmed tornadoes from weather spotters. Within the last 10 minutes, we have received confirmation that both of these storms have confirmed tornadoes. Both of these are roughly moving southeast at about 20 miles per hour. So if you are anywhere within these red polygons that are located here on the screen, south of I-94, generally in south central and southeast Burleigh County, and moving into the county where Steele is located, please take shelter as soon as possible. This is a serious situation. Weather spotters confirmed both of these tornadoes. This is not a time to panic if you're in these locations. This is just a time to be smart and move to the safest location in your building that you possibly can. If you have a basement in any of these areas here, south of Sterling, south of Manning, that would be ideal. But even if you don't, moving to an interior bathroom, an interior closet, using pillows or blankets, getting in the bathtub, that would not be a bad idea to protect yourself just should a tornado pass through your immediate area. Right now it appears that if there is, where the tornadoes are likely located would be south of Sterling as well as west of Manning. The velocity scans are not indicating too much in the way of significant rotation that we could see, but this is likely just messy data because within the last few minutes, I want to reiterate that the National Weather Service relayed information that weather spotters confirmed tornadoes, one south of Sterling in southeastern Burleigh County and one over about 9 miles south of Steele, where I'm circling right here. And also to further reiterate, the Burleigh County Sheriff's Office has passed along a no travel advisory for southeastern Burleigh County due to this storm activity. So please do not be traveling, especially along the US 83 corridor south of Sterling, south of I-94. These are dangerous storms. They have confirmed tornadoes, and even where the tornadoes are not located, there is damaging hail occurring north of where the tornadoes are. So Sterling, south of Steele over to Driscoll, large and damaging hail is occurring. But to reiterate the primary information, there are confirmed tornadoes, one here that I'm circling southwest of Sterling, one in the Manning area. If you are in the Manning area, please get to shelter as soon as possible. As I animate this radar imagery, we can see that the storms aren't moving too fast. They're moving fairly slowly. So you do have time if you are along US 83 south of Sterling or in the Manning area, anywhere over here south of the storms, you do have time to get to shelter, but do those precautions promptly because these storms are tracking southeast at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Weather spotters again have confirmed within the last 10 to 15 minutes or so that there were observed tornadoes south of Sterling and near Manning. And we are going to continue to keep you posted on these as updates come in. I will step over to check for any updates, and meanwhile, Vanessa will be taking over here in a couple of minutes. I believe she is going to step on here in a second.
Yeah, I will step on right here in a second for you, just getting rewired and ready to go here for you guys. If we could switch over to back to my Thank you so much. So as Michael was reiterating, we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground for this secondary cell here closer to Manning. This was by trained weather spotters here. So I want you to be in your safe place if you're closer to, say, Manning. If you're closer to Steele, you are not directly within this tornado warning box, but I want you to get into your safe space. This will be in effect until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Again, 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That is 10-ish minutes or so from now. So we will stay right here with you until that does get dropped here. This is my main area of concern now. This is where we're going to hyper focus on for you because this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. I know the scans aren't making it seem like we're dealing with any of this hooking or notching that I was necessarily seeing within that last cell, but I want you to get into your safe space as we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground associated with this warning in Kidder County right now. If you are along Highway or Route 3, seek immediate shelter. I don't want you to be in your car. If you have any relatives, friends, family members traveling right now, tell them to get into an inside building. Your car is not a safe place to be at all right now. Again, I'll reiterate this for you if you're just joining us right now. This will remain in effect until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for Manning. Manning is the only town that we have within this box right now. It's a widespread area, but I know we have a lot of farming communities, a lot of ranchers down in this general area. Even if you're not seeing a town name highlighted, this is just the vantage point that I have for you right now. This will remain in effect until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And if you're noticing my map moving back and forth, it's because our behind the scenes team is doing an excellent job moving this in and out for me to just give you a better idea of what this does look like right now. Again, let's reiterate where to go if you need to shelter from a tornado, from this tornado warning. Get down into the basement. Get into the interior most level of your home. As many exterior walls and windows away from you as possible. This is a great graphic from the National Weather Service here. All of these green check boxes are a great place to be. Where you see the X's, not a good place to be. Please don't be upstairs. Please don't be where any of these red boxes are right now. That is not a safe place to be. Your car is not a safe place to be. And as enticing as it may seem to get outside and try to tell us what you're seeing right now, getting us a video, getting us a photo, it is not at all worth your life, especially now that the sun is well down at this point in time. It is dark outside. It is difficult to see exactly where this tornado is on the ground right now if you're outside. I'm going to jump right into the next graphic again to kind of show you where we are looking at. If I can move this to the next graphic here, it looks like it's being a little buggy. There we go. As we look at the velocity scan for you, again, it's worth mentioning that we are close to essentially the Bismarck radar area. So what that tells us is it has a tough time kind of pinpointing this exactly because of the angle at which this Doppler radar is scanning, actively scanning the velocity for us right now. So you're noticing kind of that tightening going on. Again, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground to, say, the east of where this box is on my screen right now. That is the place where we have a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. Again, a confirmed tornado on the ground. Seek shelter immediately. Let's go back to the reflectivity for you right now to show you what we're dealing with. So we have 2 tornado warnings back to back that will remain in effect until 11:30 this evening, Central Daylight Time. I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of this hooking and notching on the back side of this along Highway 83, even to the east of Highway 83. Again, this is exactly where the Storm Prediction Center was highlighting that greatest potential for severe weather, and here we are, right along Highway 83, right along to the east of Highway 83. That's where we're seeing both of these tornado warnings popping up on the map. Do we still have the one down to the south of that right now? Yes, we do. Okay, so down to the south, we'll focus in on this one for a second. Linton, Strasburg, Hague, and I do apologize if I'm pronouncing your town name incorrectly right now. I know a lot of this is passed to the east of you, but I want you to stay vigilant. I want you to stay weather aware. This one is also in effect until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. There's a little bit of notching occurring within this one as well. I'm not really necessarily seeing any active signs of weakening. As Michael was mentioning, this is an interesting signature here. He was comparing it to a stingray, and that's exactly what it looks like right now in terms of that image. You're noticing that notching occurring up in the front of it. That's what I'm not necessarily liking, what I'm seeing right now. That's why we have that tornado warning in effect at this point in time. So again, if you are closer to Strasburg, Linton, you are still within this tornado warning right now. A lot of this is passed to the east of you, but I want you to stay in your safe space until this does get dropped officially. This remains in effect for the next 5 minutes right now as it stands right now. And again, if you're joining us right now, this is not the only tornado warning we're watching for you presently here. If we move a little bit further up to the north, again, we do have that confirmed tornado on the ground. That is especially important for Kidder County right now. That is to, say, the east of Sterling, closer to Steele. If you're in Manning, that is really the only town we have for you shaded within this box. But again, I want you to stay vigilant. I want you to stay vigilant. If you're even to, say, the east of this, we're still seeing active signs of this rotating. This is the one that was a confirmed tornado on the ground, excuse me. So this is where I want you to get into your safe space right now, right at this point in time. If you're in Manning, if you're closer to Steele, even if you're closer to Dawson and you're only dealing with these lighter bands of rain, even if you're closer to Tappan, or Tappan, excuse me if I am pronouncing your town name incorrectly right now. Not really the way I wanted to learn your town names geographically, but here we are, right along the interstate. Again, travel is not advised. We just heard that from the Sheriff's Department. Travel is not advised at all, and I'm right there with them. I do not advise you travel at all. No plans to travel along the interstate. Please don't do so right now. This is what we call a hail core, what you're seeing in those deeper and darker shades of purple to about the southeast of Sterling. If you're closer to Driscoll, that is also underneath the tornado warning right now. Burleigh and Emmons County in effect until, okay, it looks like one of these is in effect until 12 a.m. now. Is that what we're seeing here on the map? I'm seeing us moving this a little bit. We'll see what this does mean. I know I did just see a 12 a.m. signature on that, essentially. Yes. So for Burleigh and Emmons County, this remains in effect until 12 a.m. Not liking what I'm seeing right now, unfortunately, not what I wanted to see at all. I wanted to see this lifted, and it's not. This remains in effect until 12 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 12 a.m. tomorrow morning. That is about a half hour from now, so give or take. So unfortunately, this has been extended if you're joining us right now until 12 a.m. for parts of Burleigh and Emmons County. If you're closer to, say, Mackenzie, Sterling, Driscoll, seek immediate shelter right now. If you're in Manning, that's the one where we have the confirmed tornado on the ground not too long ago. So again, please don't take this lightly. Make sure you have that safe plan in place. Get down to the lowest level of your home. Get down to the basement. This is not a safe place to be right now. I'm actually going to bring in Michael Gonzalez, our newest member of the KX Storm team, giving us the latest update on what we're seeing right now out of this.
Yeah, so again, we'll be thank you, Vanessa. We'll be switching back over to my radar view at the moment. And again, the tornado warning is now in effect until midnight. I'm waiting on the latest exact information that's been relayed from the National Weather Service. But to reiterate what Vanessa had just been stating, the storm in southeastern Burleigh County, the tornado warning has been extended until midnight. If you are along US 83 south of Sterling, getting into northeastern Emmons County, please seek immediate shelter as soon as you possibly can. This is an observed tornado, as we have most recently heard. Yes, it is in effect until midnight. We will continue to stick with you. And the polygon actually did just change shades, which suggests that as of right now, it is not a confirmed tornado. It is only radar indicated. I am actually pulling it up at the moment. Yeah, it appears that there is still that tornado warning in effect until midnight. In the Manning area, the tornado warning remains in effect for another minute or so. We will see if this is extended. I will switch us over to the velocity view really quickly. It appears that the data is fairly messy right now, but you can kind of see where those reds and greens have been spinning near each other south of Sterling. That has since pushed off towards the US 83 corridor. If there is a tornado, it is likely in this area. Off to the west of Manning, there was a circulation that we saw here that dissipated, but a new one may be forming off to the southwest of Manning. Anywhere within these tornado warnings should seek immediate shelter as soon as possible. To reiterate, weather weather spotters confirm these tornadoes. I do have the latest information as of about a minute ago for this tornado warning in southeastern Burleigh County and northeastern Emmons County, the one that I'm highlighting right now from the National Weather Service. It is now only a radar indicated threat. It has not been confirmed. It is in effect until 12 a.m. midnight tonight for southeastern Burleigh County and northeastern Emmons County. This is only radar indicated at this moment, but as we have seen through, if you've been sticking with us through the past several hours, this storm has a history of producing tornadoes and will continue to have the possibility as the ingredients for tornadoes remain in place. I will switch us back to our typical radar view and we will get an idea of where these storms are moving. It is now south of Sterling. The most likely area for tornado development right now is where this hook at one point was. It is becoming a little more ill-defined over the last 20 minutes or so, but south of Sterling along US 83 in southeastern Burleigh County appears the most likely location that a tornado could develop again. At the moment, it is only radar indicated. Weather spotters last spotted a tornado about 20 minutes ago. It has since lifted. We do not have confirmation that a tornado remains on the ground in southeastern Burleigh County. The tornado warning that is east of Sterling there in Kidder County near Manning has just expired. We will wait to see if that is reissued by the National Weather Service, but for the time being in the Manning area, this is now just a severe thunderstorm warning. The tornado warning has expired. Please remain in a safe location because the hail that is being produced here is still fairly dangerous, but it is not a tornado warning at this moment.
So Michael, for our friends that were in the Linton and Strasburg area, it looks like that one has been dropped as well. So we're going to focus right in on this one that remains in effect until midnight. Thank you. You can keep talking now.
That is amazing information from Vanessa. That if you heard that, the tornado warning that the warning that was at one point in effect down in the Linton area has since expired. There is no tornado warning down near Linton in southeastern Emmons County. This area is under an unlikely threat now of tornadoes. The National Weather Service does not think that this storm is an immediate threat of producing tornadoes. So please remain vigilant if you are east of Linton and Strasburg along US 83 over towards Wishick. Some large hail is still possible with this storm. In fact, you just saw that severe thunderstorm warning get issued, which indicates that there is likely still damaging hail ongoing. But the tornado threat has diminished somewhat down here in eastern Emmons County and parts of southwestern Logan County and western McIntosh County. This is now a warning for primarily hail. We will move back up to what is now our only tornado warned storm at this moment, and this is south of Sterling in southeastern Burleigh County. It is moving southeast at about 20 miles per hour. It is currently a radar indicated threat. There is no confirmation of a tornado on the ground at this moment, but of course if that changes we will relay that information as soon as we get it from the National Weather Service. There are clearly trained weather spotters out there keeping an eye on it for us. To reiterate information that we received about 15 to 20 minutes ago, the Burleigh County Sheriff's Office has issued a no travel advisory for southeastern Burleigh County due to this storm activity. Please do not travel if you're in this location. Anywhere within this tornado warned polygon you should not travel in either. If you are within this polygon, take shelter as soon as possible. If you are south of Sterling or southwest of Manning, at the moment a tornado may not have been spotted, but a tornado could easily develop again. So again, to restate what I have been stating throughout this evening, what Vanessa has been stating, if you are in this tornado warned polygon, which is currently in southeastern Burleigh County, well off away from the Bismarck area, and northeastern Emmons County, please move to an interior room of your house, an interior closet or bathroom with no windows. Perhaps take a pillow or a blanket just to be on the safe side. Better safe than sorry. At the moment, there is no confirmed tornado that we have heard of as of the last 10 minutes. But this storm, if you have been with us for the last hour or two, has a history of producing tornadoes and may continue to produce tornadoes. And that is why that warning remains in effect for at least the next 26 minutes or so until midnight Central Time. We will switch back over to the velocity view. We don't see any evident velocity couplets at the moment, which would suggest an ongoing significant storm, but A spin-up is possible realistically anywhere within this tornado warning polygon. Vanessa will be stepping back in to continue our coverage on this tornado-warned storm in southeastern Burleigh County.
Thank you so much, Michael. Of course, that is where we're going to be focusing on right now. If we could please move over to my graphics. Thank you to our outstanding prod team. This is now the second week in a row, unfortunately the second Friday in a row, we're bringing you this up-to-the-minute severe weather data. I wish we didn't have to, but unfortunately this is life-threatening information here that we have to relay to you. And until this tornado warning expires, I will stay right here on the air with you. I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of this hooking shape, this notching shape that we're seeing within Storm Team Radar. We are now at what, 11:35 in the evening. This is set to expire at 12 a.m., midnight as of right now. If you remember, National Weather Service had that tornado watch in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. Of course, this tornado warning is in effect until 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'm going to stay right here with you, as will Michael, as will our behind-the-scenes team, until this tornado warning gets dropped or not issued anymore. But for Burleigh and Emmons County, this is where it's going to remain in effect here. If you're listening to us and you're watching us right now, if you are closer to, say, the east of Highway 83, this is where the threat lies right now. I know there aren't necessarily any towns presently on this map right now just because of the way our Storm Team Radar works right now. If you're closer to, say, Moffett, that's the location that I was seeing right now along Highway 83. That just gives you a better vantage point in terms of location. Sterling, Driscoll, Steele, I want you in your safe place right now as well. Manning, I also want you in your safe space. I know that tornado warning that affected you has been dropped at this point in time, but based on where this has been moving and when it is expected to move here, we're still seeing decent signs of what we call notching, hooking shape. This is what we call a hook echo, us meteorologists. That's what we call kind of a rain-wrapped cell. Unfortunately, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here, so it's possible we could even see this extended, but as of right now, this remains in effect for another 25 minutes here until 12 o'clock in the morning, Central Daylight Time tomorrow morning, and I'm going to stay right here with you until 12 o'clock in the morning here. I am moving ahead to the velocity scan, and as Michael was mentioning, we're seeing a lot of cluttering going on, and that is exactly because we are really close to what we call the Bismarck radar area, where the Bismarck radar is right now. So again, this velocity signature not likely showing a lot of areas of interest right now. It's a lot of cluttering going on. That's what we call it because we're close enough to the Bismarck radar site where we can't see a lot of what's going on right now. I'm moving back into what we call reflectivity to show you that hooking and notching because this is what essentially is giving me the best idea of what we're dealing with right now. This hooking and notching, this is going to remain in effect if you're joining us just now until 12 o'clock in the morning Central Daylight Time. That is about 25 minutes out from now. If this gets extended, I'll stay right here with you as long as it is right here on the warning here. As long as it remains tornado warned, I will stay right here with you. If you're listening to us just now, we have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Burleigh and Emmons County until 12 o'clock in the morning, until 12 o'clock tomorrow morning here. Even if you're not underneath any of this tornado warning right now, as Michael was mentioning, we have what we call decent hail sizes attached to numerous severe thunderstorm warnings that remain in effect as well at this point in time. Now, if you're closer to Sterling, Driscoll, Steele, Manning, I want you in your safe space right now. Streeter, you're not necessarily being affected by this. You're currently within more of that rain activity, but should this get extended, Streeter, I just want you to have that safe plan in place, that safe plan ready in case this does get extended here. This remains in effect until 12 o'clock in the morning. I know we're sounding like broken records here in terms of what you need to do, but I want you to get down in your basement. I want you to get to the lowest level of your home right now. Avoid any exterior walls or windows at all costs. As silly as it may seem, get inside your bathtub. Bring pillows, bring blankets just to cover up your head should anything start flying in terms of debris. I don't want to see that, but I want you to be prepared overall. If you're closer to Sterling, Driscoll, Manning, I want you in your safe place right now. These are just the 4 towns that I'm seeing right now in terms of more of that view of Storm Team Radar. That is where the hail core lies right now. And if you remember, earlier this afternoon, I was letting you know that the Storm Prediction Center highlighted areas on and along and to the east of Highway 83 under the greatest risk for both tornadic activity and for larger sized hail. And that is exactly where we are right now. They did a wonderful job, even though I don't like to see what I'm seeing right now. at highlighting the areas most favorable for severe storm development. It looks like, do we have another tornado warning back there? I'm seeing some red.
That is the same tornado warning, I believe, that has been in effect.
Same one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the same tornado warning in effect. Sometimes it's hard to see where this box is lying right now, but of course, we're going to zoom this a little higher out for you. So if you're in Menoken, the main threat has passed you at this point in time, but if you're in Sterling, Driscoll, Steele, Manning, I want you in your safe place right now. I believe that is pronounced Braddock. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your town name incorrectly here. This is not the way I wanted to get acclimated to the geography of our market and DMA, but unfortunately this is the way we have to do so. This remains in effect until 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we're about 20-ish minutes or so out from that, but this remains in effect until 12 o'clock. Now what I'm seeing right here in terms of this notching is what we call a hook echo. This is the only tornado warning we have in effect right now. It remains in effect until midnight tomorrow, Central Daylight Time. So if this affects you, please get into the lowest level of your home, get into the basement, keep as many exterior walls and windows away from you as humanly possible. That is the safest place to be if you're underneath your tornado warning right now. Bring pillows, bring blankets with you to cover up your head, cover up any of your body that could be prone to any of that flying debris, flying damage, should any be occurring at this point in time. I would hope that that is not the case. This is radar indicated. Yes, radar indicated, so this is not a confirmed tornado on the ground. We are working to get the latest info from the National Weather Service, but I definitely don't like what I'm seeing in terms of more of that hooking and notching going on in terms of this tornado warning. This is the only tornado warning in effect for our general viewing area, so this is the one that I really want to hone in on and focus in on for you right now. This expires in, say, 20 minutes from now. Should this get extended, I will stay right here with you until this tornado warning looks to drop. That is what we call a hail core. Very, very decent, well-defined hail core when you're seeing those deeper and darker shades of purples, pinks, whites on the map as well. That remains in effect until midnight if you're just joining us now. Yes, midnight, Central Daylight Time. This is now the only tornado warning that we have in our general viewing area. So this is the one that we're going to stay honed in on and focused in on for you for the remainder of this evening until it does expire. If there is no longer a tornado warning, we'll get right back to our regular scheduled program. But for right now, we have that tornado warning that remains in effect until 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, Central Daylight Time. 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, Central Daylight Time. You're noticing this hooking or bowing shape, which is what us meteorologists see in terms of that tornado warning. That is not what we like to see. Unfortunately, it means a lot of these cells are rain wrapped. So what that means is there's a lot of rain associated with this. If there is a confirmed tornado on the ground, it is well past sunset, so you cannot see it at this point in time. And I don't want you to go out and investigate, and I don't want you to go try and take photos or videos for us because it is not worth your life. This is a life-threatening situation that we're dealing with right now. If you're along Highway 83, if you're close to, say, Moffett, if you're close to Sterling, if you're close to, say, this general area right here where we're dealing with that notching and hooking shape, this will remain in effect until 12 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we're about 20-ish so minutes out from that at this point in time. I'm going to step off the screen. We're going to toss the baton over to our News KX meteorologist, Michael Gonzalez, who will have the latest information for you.
Thanks, Vanessa. So we'll switch over to my radar view, which is giving a broad overview of where these storms remain. We only have 3 active warnings in our area at the moment. We have an update on that tornado warning there in southeastern Burleigh and north central Emmons counties from the National Weather Service at 11:40 p.m. It remains a radar indicated threat. That means that there is not a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. Weather spotters had observed a tornado about a half hour ago, but that has since lifted. This is 8 miles south of Sterling, well off to the east of the Bisman area. There is no immediate threat in the Bisman metro area at this time. But for that tornado warning, it remains in effect until midnight. As of a minute ago or so, there is no confirmed tornado. For the other severe thunderstorm warnings that we have in effect, there's this one here near Steele. This will be expiring here in a couple minutes. It is likely that they will extend that severe thunderstorm warning as it is producing hail up to 1 3/4 inches in diameter, golf ball sized hail. And then off to the south as I pan here east of Linton and Strasburg, over towards Wishick there in eastern Emmons County and moving into Logan and McIntosh counties. That severe thunderstorm warning will continue for another 45 minutes until 12:30 a.m., a little past midnight for hail up to ping pong ball sized. And then, of course, we have this tornado warning here south of Sterling. Again, as of a couple minutes ago, to restate what I had mentioned before, the National Weather Service has stated that it is not a confirmed tornado. It is only a radar indicated threat at this moment. We see a new severe thunderstorm warning has just developed near Hazleton. This is likely for very large hail to, again, ping pong to golf ball sized hail. These remain the only threats in our viewing area at this moment. We have, again, this tornado warned storm in southeastern Burleigh County. This is tracking off to the southeast. It is now east of the US 83 corridor, and we anticipate that it will track off to southwest of Steele, and it is south of Sterling. The velocity, as far as we are observing, is not as strong as it had been sometime earlier. This does not mean that the storm is not capable of producing a tornado, and that is why the National Weather Service has allowed this polygon to continue, this warning to continue until midnight. So for another 15 minutes, if you're in southeastern Burleigh County, as well as northeastern Emmons County, please seek shelter immediately. This storm has a history of producing tornadoes, and although there is not a confirmed tornado on the ground as of a few minutes ago, that does not mean that another tornado is not possible. So once again, if you are along US 83 south of Sterling, north of Hazleton, and in the Braddock area, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, please seek immediate shelter. The severe thunderstorm warning, it appears that was in the Manning region in Kidder County, has expired. We will see if that is extended or a new one is issued. The severe thunderstorm warning south of this tornado warning down towards Hazleton is for 1.75 inch size hail, that is golf ball size hail. I will switch back over to our typical radar view to highlight those regions of significant hail. It appears that we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for southern Kidder County and north central Logan County. And this is for large hail, again, probably ping pong to golf ball sized hail. We continue to keep an eye on this tornado warned storm. The tornado warning remains in effect for the next 15 minutes for southeastern Burleigh County and north central Emmons County. It is currently only radar indicated. There is no confirmed tornado, but we are going to continue to stay with you for as long as this tornado warning remains in effect. Once again, we emphasize that you should move to an interior room on the lowest floor of your house, whether that be a closet or a bathroom. Perhaps get inside a bathtub, bring pillows and blankets with you if you are in this area, north of Braddock, southeast of Sterling. The area with the most likely tornado potential is now east of the US 83 corridor. It appears, and the storm continues to push off to the southeast. I will animate this so you can get an idea of the approximate storm motion. It is moving roughly southeast, perhaps acquiring a more easterly motion as of recently. And the rest of these storms are now only severe thunderstorm warned for large hail. So these remain damaging, and you should not be outdoors to take pictures or whatnot. You should remain indoors, ideally away from windows, because these storms have a history of producing large and damaging hail up to golf ball. We had some tennis ball sized hail reports in parts of the area earlier. But for the time being, the majority of the severe activity, or all of the severe activity is now south of that I-94 corridor, and it is southeast of Bismarck. So this is generally stretching from Sterling and points south. We have this tornado warning that remains in effect for another 13 minutes or so, and several severe thunderstorm warnings for hail ranging in size of 1.5 inches to about 2 inches in diameter. So damaging hail, move your car to a garage if you can. Do not travel in this area. Earlier, the Burleigh County Sheriff's Office gave an advisory to not travel in southeastern Burleigh County due to this storm activity. We continue to keep an eye on this tornado warned storm. Most importantly, the velocity signature is not nearly as strong as we had seen at times earlier in this evening, but the National Weather Service has allowed this warning to continue until midnight, because just because it is weaker appearing at the moment does not mean that another tornado is not possible in the near future. So once again, just to restate what has already been said so many times this evening, this warning remains in effect until midnight, and if you are within this red box, it is a good idea to seek shelter on the lowest floor of your building with as many walls between you and the outside as possible, because a new spin up is possible at any time. But as we see it, it does appear that the storm is beginning to disorganize somewhat and weaken, and it is possible here at midnight that this tornado warning will expire and we will be left with severe thunderstorm warnings for large hail. But until that time comes, a tornado warning does remain in effect for southeastern Burleigh County and north central Emmons counties. This is south of Sterling. I believe that the area with the greatest hazard for a possible spin-up is now southeast of Sterling, west of Manning, and moving to the east-southeast, it appears. This is the circulation that the National Weather Service, I believe, has been watching. And all of these storms continue to pose a risk to property and life, some more than others. Hail sizes from between 1.5 inches to 2 inches. But this tornado warning, this tornado warned storm continues to push off to the east out of the area. It will remain in effect for another 10 minutes. We are just waiting on updates from the National Weather Service, and we will pass those along as soon as we get them. But to reiterate, we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings remaining in effect across the southeastern part of our area. This is well southeast of the Bismarck area, and the severe threat has more than likely ended across the greater Bisman area and points north of I-94. The radar has begun to clear out for the most part, and we have this tornado warning that we will continue to keep an eye on for you that is in effect until midnight. I will quickly check for latest updates from the National Weather Service to see if we have any new information. It does not appear that they have updated the tornado warning, and that is a good sign as it suggests that they might allow it to expire here in the next 10 minutes. Here in the next few seconds, we are going to have Vanessa take back over and continue tracking these storms for you for as long as the tornado warning remains in effect. Vanessa?
Michael, thank you so much for your time here. So again, I'm going to hone in right on this tornado warning. And as Michael was mentioning, with the latest radar scans, the up to the minute data that we're getting right now, a lot of this has moved further eastward, due eastward, should I say. So while you still have this tornado warning box shaded in, I wouldn't be surprised if either this gets skirted a little bit further eastward, or the areas that are currently highlighted underneath this current tornado warning box, that gets lifted. But I'm going to stay right here with you regardless until this tornado warning drops. This remains in effect until midnight. So that is 10 minutes officially away from right now. This is Storm Team Radar, what we're actively gathering for you right now at this point in time. This remains in effect until 12 a.m. for parts of Burleigh and Emmons County. And if you're just joining us right now, if you notice my map kind of moving in and out, it's because our behind the scenes team is moving this adequately in tow with where this storm is moving. I don't like what I'm seeing in terms of this, what we call hail core. When you're seeing those purples and pinks, that is a sign of a decent hail size attached to this. That has been, as always, the primary threat this evening. We weren't expecting as many tornado warnings to pop up as did, but regardless, this is a dire situation. You want to get into the lowest level of your home right now. Get down into the basement. If you don't have a basement, get as many interior walls near you, so stay away from any exterior windows or walls, as that is potentially a dangerous situation. Not where you want to be at this point in time. Again, if you're just joining us now, we have a tornado warning in effect until 12 a.m. for parts of Burleigh and Emmons County until midnight tomorrow morning. So that's about, say, 9 minutes out from now. I do expect anything in this area within the box to see that tornado warning lifted just based on the progression and track of where this cell is right now. But regardless, larger sized hail remains a threat associated with this. If you're in Manning, if you're in Steele, even if you're closer to Tappan, I want you to have that safe plan, in place right now. If you're in Streator, you're not underneath this tornado warning, but you're starting to see some of the rain. The outskirts of where this tornado warning is currently in effect remains in effect until midnight. So we're about, say, 8-ish minutes or so out from when this is set to expire, and I'm going to stay right here with you. Should this get extended, I will continue to stay right here with you on the air. We won't get back to your regular scheduled programming until this tornado warning is lifted here. So again, if you're joining us just now, we have a tornado warning that is in effect until midnight tomorrow morning. So just after midnight here, we should see this set to expire. Now, necessarily where this box is right now is not where the current threats lie, which is why I am anticipating the National Weather Service to drop the surface area of where this tornado warning is right now as we get closer to midnight. But for right now, they have left it here for us. If you're closer to Braddock, if you're closer to Manning, Steele, I want you in your safe place right now. If you're closer to even Napoleon, you're in between the tornado warned storm and a severe thunderstorm warning. So I want you in your safe place right now because of the potential for some large, pretty dangerous sized hail right now at this point in time. I want you in your safe place if you're closer to Manning, if you're closer to Steele, if you're closer to St. Napoleon, I want you in your safe space right now as well. If you're in Braddock, I also want you in your safe place at this point in time. Our behind the scenes team is actively talking to the National Weather Service, and it looks like this warning has expired. So that is what I like to see. This warning again has expired. So we're still going to be monitoring that threat for some larger sized hail right now attached to that. I know this warning box hasn't officially dropped right now. It takes a little bit for the weather graphics computer to acknowledge the fact that this has been dropped, as it should, just because it takes a little bit of time between the National Weather Service expiring this and the point in time in which this warning box does get dropped. But if you're closer to Manning, Steele, Sterling, Driscoll, I want you to stay weather aware. Right along to the south of I-94, I want you to remain weather aware at this point in time. It looks like we might be getting more updated information right now. Okay, so the National Weather Service has indicated to us they will be setting this to expire at 12 a.m. I am going to stay right here with you until we officially see this set to expire here right now. But as of what we know right now, the National Weather Service, is going to be dropping this warning as of 12 a.m. that was issued for parts of Burleigh and Emmons County here. I like what I'm seeing right now in terms of things actively weakening at this point in time. Hail remains a threat right now, larger sized hail, especially within that little notch there that you see in the direct center right now. So I'm going to step off screen. We're going to toss things back over to KX Storm Team's Michael Gonzalez here with the latest update.
Thank you, Vanessa. So again, reiterating what Vanessa just stated, the latest information is that the National Weather Service is going to allow this tornado warned storm to the tornado warning to expire at midnight. So this area here in southeastern Burleigh County and north central Emmons County, the storm has weakened below severe limits, and the storm will be allowed to expire here in the next 5 minutes. We will stay with you for as long as the tornado warning remains officially in effect, but the National Weather Service has indicated that this storm is on a weakening trend, and as we can see, it moved out of the area. And it is much weaker. It doesn't appear capable of producing a tornado any longer. So the National Weather Service has indicated that they will allow this tornado warning to expire here in the next 4 minutes at 12 a.m. Central Time. The remainder of these storms in the area off to the south and east over in Emmons County and moving into Logan County, these storms remain capable of producing very large hail from 1.5 inches to 2 inches in diameter. These will continue to track off to the southeast at an estimated speed, according to the National Weather Service, of about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So fairly slow moving storms. If you were northeast of Linton, east of Hazleton, in eastern Emmons County and into Logan County, north of Wishick, we expect that you will be seeing some fairly large hail here in the next half hour to 45 minutes. These severe thunderstorm warnings will continue for the next 45 minutes or so. But more importantly, the tornado warning that was in effect for southeastern Burleigh County, south of Sterling along the US 83 corridor, will be allowed to expire here in the next 4 minutes, which is very good news. This storm does not appear capable, according to the National Weather Service, of producing a tornado any longer. If we move over to the velocity scan, you can see it is kind of a mess. It is not showing any strong velocity couplets anymore. They're starting to fizzle out. This is a good sign. Tornadoes appear much less likely with these storms than they were earlier, and that means that this tornado warning will be allowed to expire here in the next 3 minutes. Remain in your safe space, in your shelter space for the next couple of minutes here, but at the moment it appears that we will be out of the main risk area as far as tornadoes are concerned. Hail remains a threat across the southeastern counties. Again, Emmons, Logan, and McIntosh counties there in south central North Dakota. Continue to keep an eye out for large hail, 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter. We have had reports throughout the evening of hail of that size, but the tornado risk has appeared to deteriorate as the National Weather Service will allow the tornado warning in this area to expire here in the next couple of minutes. We will very soon be switching over to Vanessa, and once that happens, we will most likely be parting ways for this evening. Thank you for sticking with us. It has been an honor to keep you updated on these storms, and we hope that everyone has remained safe. We will be passing it over to Vanessa right now.
All right, I'm going to give you one last look. Thank you so much at Storm Team Radar again. I will stress this again. The National Weather Service has told us that this tornado warning will expire at midnight. So that is 2 minutes from now. They're just keeping it on here until midnight. So I am going to stay right here with you until midnight. But I'm going to let you know if you're closer to, say, Braddock, Manning, if you're to, say, the north and west of Napoleon, we're still looking at some decent sized what we call hail cores associated with and attached to this. So I still want you to remain vigilant and weather aware throughout the rest of the overnight hours. A lot of this is expected to kind of move due eastward. If you do have any family members or friends located due eastward of this area, it's a good idea to just let them know to stay weather aware, stay vigilant at this point in time. If you're closer to, say, Sterling, we're still dealing with that decent what we call hail core. Thankfully, we no longer have this tornado warning. As of about 1 minute from now, we should see this box set to drop here. And then once that does happen, we'll get you right back to your regularly scheduled programming. It's been an honor to stay with you from the KX Storm Team, on behalf of the KX Storm Team, to stay right here with you throughout the course of this evening from just about the time we ran right into the first block of our 10 o'clock show this evening. And we're going to continue to stay right here with you for the next minute or so, just in case anything else is expected to pop up here. But again, we're just going to reiterate that the National Weather Service is setting this tornado warning to expire in a minute from now. So in a minute from now, we should see this box kind of diminish. And there we go. The tornado warning has officially expired. I do want you to stay weather aware through the overnight hours if you're located within any of these areas that are seeing some decent hail cores attached to it. But for now, it's been an honor for being with you this evening. I'm Vanessa Simonik from the KX Storm Team.